When I was a child, I liked to please the teachers and gain their approval, although boredom tormented me. When I was 6 years old, I corrected the teacher and she called me rebellion girl and asked why I couldn't be like the others. So I stopped working. Whatever. They will never reward me, even with a smile. I grew up daydreaming in class. During those tedious hours, I lived adventures from my favorite books and films. My teachers knew that I wasn't paying attention, but they didn't do anything because they knew that I would get good grades anyway. When I was 11, they decided to change me to another school, and I wanted to make new friends. For that, I needed to change for fitting in the group. I abandoned my way of talking and I became a naughty student. My parents noticed the change and I needed to choose between my friends and my parents. I decided to create a new personality for home, which disappeared as soon as I arrived to school. One day, I felt confident and I started answering the teacher's questions until he shamefully stopped me saying, "Here goes the encyclopedia. Can't you let the others try?" In that moment, I understood that I will need to hide my capacities often. When I was 12 years old, I started thinking about the world's problems. Those questions tormented me. But what could a 12-year-old girl do? That feeling made me want to study again. I left my aggressiveness behind and I got better grades. My classmates, the ones that used to be my friends, began to mess with me, and the teacher didn't do anything to stop it. I wanted to learn, but only thinking about going to school made me feel sick. Often, I cried before going to school. However, 3 girls started to talk with me, and we became good friends. But I was already marked on the inside. I had no self-esteem. I really appreciate them, and now we are inseparable. And even though now I know that I'm gifted, I will never tell them. I don't want to lose them. When I was 15, I changed it again to another high school. At the beginning, I was a little naughty, but just enough for being accepted by the other students. In the middle of the year, we decided to go to courses for gifted students at Valladolid. I met other people like me there, and we get on really well. There, you can see that you are not a freak. None of us is. When I see the smaller ones, I feel sorry to think that one day they can suffer as much as I did. Now, I am like a chameleon. My ideas, reasoning and performance depend on the situation. The bad thing is that I don't know who I am anymore. Those who say that being gifted is a gift don't know how wrong they are. Since we are little, we torment ourselves with the world's problems. We are scared of the fraud because big things are expected from us. It is not nice to feel different, and hiding who you are for fitting in society is not pleasant at all. Being too intelligent is a load for us. We need help from the people who surround us.